Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to wish you guys an advance Eid Mubarak. Today's look is going to be on this beautiful rose gold eye makeup look. I hope you guys will enjoy this tutorial, and if you guys would like to see how I do this makeup look, then please keep on watching. This is one of those most requested makeup looks. You guys wanted me to create a rose gold makeup look, so this is what I've come up with. And this makeup look turned out so unique and beautiful, and I think this is a perfect look you can wear for Eid or even engagement makeup or even party makeup as well. I think this is a perfect makeup look, and pink is a color that is so universal, especially when it's rose gold. It's very universal and it will suit all kind of skin tone. For today's makeup tutorial, I actually started with some skincare regime. So first thing, I wanted to use these Ordinary and the Pixi serum. First, I'm gonna use my Pixi serum. This is the collagen and retinol serum. Now, the collagen is kind of like an added benefit, but retinol actually works around your fine lines and wrinkles, and it also helps you fade acne marks. So this is a very nice serum to have if you are dealing with acne marks or discoloration or like blemishes or even like fine lines. So this is a perfect one. Then I've used the Ordinary's hyaluronic acid. Now hyaluronic acid is known to hydrate your skin. So this is why I've been using it, and you will see when I start applying it all over my face, you're gonna see there's a little sticky feeling, but the sticky feeling sort of goes away as soon as it dries up. So once I started applying it, you're gonna see in a bit, I'll show you. And make sure to do your neck in all of those areas as well, because neck we tend to avoid it, but it's very important. But like, see what I mean? It comes with your, like, the skin is getting pulled by my hands, like it's kind of sticky, but don't worry, as soon as it dries up it actually goes away. So it's a perfect hydration serum for the face. So I'm now going to apply my Nevea regular cream. Now, as you guys know, the serum always comes before cream, and that's why I always do it. I put serum and then I start putting my regular moisturizer. Nevea has always been my go-to moisturizer, so that's why I'm going for it. Next, I'm using some eye cream. For that, I'm using my Retinol Jasmine cream. This is also by Pixi. And it's a really soothing eye cream as well, and because it has retinol, again, it helps with fine lines and discoloration also. So now, I intended to keep this makeup tutorial very drugstore based, but I also wanted to give this guy a shot. Now, this is my second time using it, but I've been in love with it, and I wanted to give it another shot and kind of see and get more used to how to work with it. So this is the Brow Freeze by Anastasia. Now, as you can see, it pulls the brows, it sort of laminates the brows against your skin. Now, some of you guys may not be a fan of it, but I actually literally became a fan of it. Now, once I'm done laminating, I'm just gonna kind of create a shape that is kind of going like, you know, outwards and towards down. So just, you know, when you're like shaping the top, you're just gonna have to sort of create a motion of going it outwards, so it looks very nice and defined. Now, instantly it gives me more space around my brow bone area, which is something I love to have. It lifts your eyes up, and that's why I love it. Now for my brow pencil, I'm using Kiss New York brow pencil. This is a very affordable brow pencil, and I believe this is in the shade Brunette. Again, I'm gonna double check all the colors and post it down below on the description box. Brow Freeze has been a very brand new go-to product for almost many makeup artists. Previously, people used to use soap, and I actually used to use Got to Be glue, which I still kind of do. And then there are many other products. I know NYX actually came up with one of their own as well, almost like a brow freeze, which I don't own one, and the stores are closed, so I can't even get my hands on them as well. So this is why I ordered this one online, because I was waiting for the Anastasia for a long time. I ended up ordering this one, and I've been in love with it, honestly. So what I'm doing here is I'm just filling up those sparse areas. At the same time, I'm following how higher my hair was. So my hair was quite high, which helped me actually create a very nice thick brows, because it almost looks like you are filling up brows with spaces that actually has hair, even though previously like it didn't have hair, but because of the brow freeze now it makes you look like you got hair up there, if you know what I mean. Like when I'm coloring my eyebrows, usually I don't have hair there, obviously, because my brows are not that thick, but because of the brow freeze it makes my eyebrows look so much fuller, and it also makes me look like I got hair on all the way up there, which I don't. So I really like how it makes my eyebrow feel very full and nice. Next, I'm using my Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline, and this is going to act as my base for my eyeshadow, and I'm just carefully carving out around the brow bones and applying that, and then I'm just gonna apply it really nicely till it covers my entire lid, and also gonna curve out those edges because those are very important. You want to make sure that you don't go and mess up with your brows again. Now see how much space that brow freeze actually gave my eyes. It's unbelievable. I've been loving this product. I will definitely encourage you guys to try it as well if you guys are if you guys like the way it turns out. If not, you can always stick to the old regime, which is basically using a brow pomade to create a bolder brow look. Now for today's eyeshadows, I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2. This is a palette that I bought a long time ago, but I swear I barely even used it. So the first color that I'm using, it's called the Love Handle. It is from one of the top colors, and I'm going to first dab the color all over my crease, and then I'm going to take some more and then sort of first place the color and then kind of go in a small rotating motion like that, and then sort of spread the color around. So you definitely want to dab the color just to make sure that, you know, like you don't mess around with the concealer, because the concealer do move around, so you want to make sure it's set properly. One of the reasons why I also like Age Rewind concealer, because it dries really fast and it doesn't crease as quickly as the other concealers. Next, I'm using this color called Thick Skin, which is a darker shade, couple of shades darker than the shade that I've applied on my crease. Now this will actually help me create a very nice defined outer corners, and then I'm also blending it towards inside. I've used a smaller brush. This is the MAC 221 brush. It's actually one of my favorite brush. And then I'm using this rose gold color, which is called Drama Queen. But before I do that, I always like to spray my brush with some makeup setting spray. For that, I've used my Morphe's Mist. And then I'm just going in and applying it all over my lid. Now see how pigmented that color is. It's actually one of their foiled shimmer shades. Love the palette, honestly. The Morphe palettes have been really good, even though they are a little powdery, but I can work around it. Here I'm just blending out the colors again, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apply a little bit more of the darker shade on the outer corner just to marry all the three colors together. Once this is done, we're gonna now next move on to our glitter palette. For that, I've used this Verani palette that I've purchased from Amazon, and I'm gonna use the top color for today's eyeshadow. Sorry, for today's glitter. This is the color that I'm gonna use, which is kind of like a rose gold pink. First, I'm applying a very thin layer on a dabbing motion, and this is a thin layer of my NYX glitter glue. And then taking another fluffy brush, I just grabbed on some glitters, and then I started applying it right on top. Again, you're not going to be swiping it, you're always going to be sort of applying it on a dabbing motion. Next, I'm going to take this peach concealer. This is by L.A Girl Pro. And I'm applying that all around my hyperpigmented areas and around my mouth. I didn't use an orange concealer, rather I went with the peach. Is because orange, you don't really need it, because unless and until you have a deeper, darker discoloration. I don't have such a dark discoloration. I have mild sort of discoloration and hyperpigments. So peach is very good enough to hide all of those. Today's foundation technique is actually one of my most favorite foundation techniques. So I'm mixing up my Matte Poreless Fit Me with my matte, sorry, not matte, but Fit Me in shade 30 together. So I'm mixing up a little bit of the powder and foundation together to create a very flawless matte base that is kind of like sweat proof, and it's gonna stay throughout your entire day if you're living in a tropical country where it is summer, where it's hot, or if you have a sweaty skin, or if you're oily. This is a perfect technique. You can still apply foundation and go outside and it won't smudge, budge, or going to sweat at all. So it's a very good technique. For some reason, even though I have a very normal to dry skin, it seemed to work beautifully on my skin, honestly, and it's maybe because of all the skin regime I have done prior to my makeup application. So you see how skin regime, like applying a proper primer or moisturizer, is so important. For today's makeup, I've obviously used my collagen, I've used my retinol, and I've also used hyaluronic acid, which is super hydrating on the skin, and I've also added some Nevea Cream to my skin. So because I'm normal to dry skin, that's why I had to do all those layers. But if you're someone who has super oily skin, this technique is just going to look amazing on your skin. Once the blending is done with a beauty blender, I'm going to actually show you how amazing the skin looks. Like amazing. It's transfer proof already. Like it's not even coming on my fingers, and there's no shine on my skin. It's going to stay very intact. Now going with my highlighting. Today I'm going to use the popular highlighting technique, which is to kind of highlight the inner corners of your eyes and the outer corners of your eyes to sort of bring the eyes kind of upwards, and also highlight my nose and a little bit forehead, a little bit on my chin and Cupid's bow. And I'm also going to sort of define my contour lines. Even though there's not going to be any cream contour, you will see how automatically highlighting underneath the contour line kind of gives an illusion of highlighting and contour. So this is what I mean. I'm just going to highlight underneath my contour lines, and automatically it looks like I have contouring done, and it's kind of like an illusion that you have a cream contour done, but I don't. So we're just going to powder contour for today's makeup look. So here I'm just going with my beauty blender. It's a damp beauty blender, and I'm just blending out all of those highlighted zones. And have you ever heard the word less is more? I feel like today's base is just perfectly fit for that statement, because I've only used my Maybelline Fit Me foundation a little bit mixed with the powder to create a full coverage that's sweat proof and budge proof, and it's going to stay very intact in place. And also I'm using this amazing full coverage Age Rewind Maybelline concealer to highlight the higher points of my face. Again, I've used on a very little amount, and you can already see it's looking amazing. Another good thing about this foundation technique is it's so full coverage, and when you apply your concealer, it automatically creates a very beautiful base for that highlighter to sort of sit onto. Now, when you're applying your highlighting cream and you're blending it in, make sure you always dab it and don't swipe it, because you are just going to move the product around, and you don't want to do that because you want to keep the coverage in its place. So now I'm going with my NYX translucent powder and just going to dab a little bit of that powder with my damp beauty blender underneath my eyes. Once that's done, I'm going to take my 315 Maybelline Fit Me powder and just going to use a big fluffy brush to spread it all around my face, around my neck, everywhere, so everything is dusted. For this makeup look, honestly, you can totally avoid using too much powder because you already have that powder added to your foundation, so you don't need it. I'm going to be using Blushing Hearts by Revolution, Makeup Revolution, and I'm just going to apply that highlighter on my higher points of my face. As you can see, That highlighter is sitting so beautifully on my skin, and I'm telling you, I'm literally guaranteeing you that this technique is gonna be amazing, especially if you have an oily skin, or if you have normal to dry skin, just use some more moisturizer on your face. And or if you're living in a hot country, this technique is gonna be a life-changing technique. Look how amazing that highlighter is sitting on my skin. Now for contour, I'm going to take my 3 steps to contour, to sculpt by NYX Cosmetics. And I'm just going to take that dark color just to contour my parameters of my face, and which is my usual drill around the, you know, the bones of my face, my cheeks. Not cheeks, sorry, my bones, I would say, rather, my jawline. And then I'm also going to do my forehead. And I'm using a little small angular brush to sort of go around my nose. Now, if you can notice how beautifully that angular brush is sitting right on that edge of my nose, I don't have to like turn around my brush. It automatically does the job just because it's kind of like angled. All the brush details and numbers are going to be listed down below on the description box. For my blush, I'm using my Milano blush. This is actually a really beautiful Milano blush, and this is also one of my favorite. Most of the time I use Rose Dior. This is the another color. I will actually post down the name down below on the description box. This is like a neon blue pink. Not neon, but I would say more like a blue pink. So it looks amazing. For my eyeliner, I'm going to be using my 18-hour eyeliner. This is by Essence Cosmetics. It's in the shade Deep Black. Again, it's a very affordable eyeliner, and it's one of my favorite. Not sure if it's waterproof, but it's definitely one of my favorite because it applies so well, especially if you have a glitter. So I always like to put eyeliner on my midsection of my eyes, then connect the inner corners of my eyes, and then eventually create that wing. And I'm going to be doing the same thing on my other eyes as well. I'm going to work with my midsection of my eyes, work on the inner parts of my eyes, and then I'm going to start creating that wing again. Okay, now taking the color called Dance Party, which is like a hot pink. I'm just going to apply that on my under eyes. Just start blending it out. Once I apply it on my both eyes, I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just blend it out. This is the same brush I've used on my crease earlier. For my mascara, I'm using this Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black by L'Oreal Cosmetics. And as I was applying this mascara on my lashes, I actually made a small mistake, but I didn't want to cut it out, so this is my mistake. I actually accidentally hit it. So I'm just going to apply some concealer on top of it. First, I'm going to erase it and take it off with my finger, obviously, and then I'm going to apply some concealer and then beauty blender to sort of blend it out. And then taking my same Maybelline foundation, I'm just gonna apply it slightly on top and then seal it with some powder, and that's it. It's done. Makeup is something, if you ever make mistakes, you can always take it off and sort of redo it or correct it. It's not such a nightmare. But I wanted to show you this because it often happens, and it happens with most of us, I know, because we are all humans and mistakes happens. Mascara can get smudged or budged, or you can accidentally hit something with it, or even eyeliners. Oh my god, I have done that so many times with my eyeliners. Once it's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover up my top of my brows, because you saw how my top brows just got hidden because I was applying that powder over my face with a big fluffy brush, so it kind of got on my on the arch of my brows, so I just went in and covered it up. Now setting everything with my Morphe setting mist. And now I'm going to pop some lashes on. For today's lashes, I'm using this Lash Chateau in, I think it's called Miss Boujee 2.0. It's one of my favorite lashes, honestly. It's so beautiful. Like, it changes the eye makeup game totally. I think without lashes, eye makeups doesn't stand out as nice. So definitely lashes are my favorite. Any lashes I think are my favorite, but these ones are definitely more favorite because they sparse out really nicely. okay? And that's how it looks. So instantly it just makes my eyes look so beautiful, open and bright and amazing. For my kohl liner, well, for my waterline, it's not really kohl liner, but it's more like a waterproof eyeliner. This is in the shade called Black Lips. It is, you know what, it is actually supposed to be a lip liner. It's actually a retractable NYX lip liner, which I'm using it on my eyes because it's totally fine as long as it's, you know, safe, which it is. I'm gonna be using that on my eyes. Now, taking a little bit of that highlighter, I'm gonna pop some of that highlighter by Makeup Revolution on my inner corners of my eyes and also underneath my brow bone. Not underneath my brow bone, actually on my brow bone, underneath my brows. Now, because I've used that brow freeze, it just looks amazing. I have so much brow bone area, I swear. This looks so nice. Let me know what you guys think of this brow freeze routine, and if you want, I can create a separate video for you guys to see how I apply that brow freeze. Now it's time for some lip liner. For that, I'm using my Annabelle lip liner. This is in the shade Fuchsia. It is in number 140. Again, it's a very drugstore product. I get it from Walmart. It's a really nice brand though, Annabelle, and it's supposed to be like a hypoallergic brand. It even says hypoallergenic. So it's actually really nice because people who are allergic to certain contents in makeup, like, you know, talc or alcohol or fragrance and all that stuff, you automatically, you know that this brand doesn't have any of that. So it's actually a really safe hypoallergenic brand, and it's really good for most people who are allergic to makeup. So I'm just creating like a nice shape on my lips so it looks more fuller, and you know, when you try to make your lips look fuller, you want to create those lines. Next, I'm using this Gold Dust Golden Reflection lipstick. You probably have seen me doing swatches of this lipstick on my last video. I'm just gonna use it on my today's video. This is in the shade called Crown. When I was swatching them, this lipstick became one of my most favorite. I actually was aiming to use this one for a long time. I even told on that video that I am going to be using this one on my Eid videos, so here it is. This lipstick is amazing. It's almost like a candy vibe. If I can think of a dupe, I would think MAC Candy Yum Yum is pretty much like it, but it still is much better than Candy Yum Yum. Candy Yum Yum has a little bit of that blue pink in it. This one has a beautiful orangey pink in it, so it's kind of like a pink, orangey, pink, peach kind of tone, but it looks amazing. So this is basically how the look has turned out. If you guys happen to recreate this look, please do tag me on Instagram at Makeup by Asmary, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys all have a beautiful Eid this year. I know it's tough with the COVID, but I hope you guys still enjoy it. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you guys have any questions, please ask down below in the comment section, and all the product details will be written down on the description box. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next video. Till then, take care.